Okay, let's make sure that we are not dying. Okay, the audio seems fine for now. I'm trying some new stuff out, so alright, well, if it becomes super bad, then we'll just have to figure that out. But I am trying some new audio stuff out because it was super bad last time, and not the movie. My fan is already going off, which I feel like is a bad sign. Is a sign that I probably set this up wrong. But you know, it kind of is too late now to change. But there wasn't an attempt to really fix this. Oh well, too late. Alright, what am I doing? I'm doing, more UI stuff. We fixed the bugs from last time, but now there are more bugs, which is, you know, it's like a lot of fun, or whatever, you know? Hold on, how do I get my, there's my chat, there it is. No, not there, over here. Great. Wonderful. Okay, what was I doing? I was doing, some, let me make sure that, I think what happened last time was that my compositor was actually secretly on in the background, and it was lagging me out like a lot. Oh yeah, I kind of need music. I kind of forgot about that part. I was like, man, it's quiet listening to myself talk here. I'm listening to Michel Petrucciani today because I feel like it. He's my favorite pianist. By far, he had like a disease. Was it like a bone disease, something like that? So he like never had like. It was incredibly difficult for him to play. And he just like had constant pain, and he died very young because of this condition he had, like a rare condition. Anyway, his story is super cool. You should check out the documentary on him on YouTube. It's pretty awesome. It's like one of the best jazz documentaries ever. A lot of famous people are in it too. Anyway, so what we were doing now was we were adding another attribute to this thing here, so that how do I explain what I'm trying to do here? What I'm trying to do is that we are no longer going to rebuild the draw array for elements on every change. We are going to now do it based on draw index. So we are assigning a draw index here, and we're going to check out if this code works or not. But Yes. So this should be assigning draw counts and draw indices. And now, I guess the only way to test this is to make a callback function that does something to the vertex info on like hover or something. So I guess we'll make that just to see if we're doing this correctly. So I'm just going to say, what do we want to do? Maybe we want to modulate the position. Yeah. Yeah, let's do that. So obviously we are taking in a UI element here. Let me make sure that my chat is working because I don't think it is. It looks broken to me. And it would be incredibly dumb if I was just talking to myself this entire time. Okay, no, it isn't. Okay, good. Let me actually drop a test message in my own chat. Okay, there we go. Good. I'm using like the built-in OBS thing, so that's why it's kind of weird. Okay. We are going to cast this to a UI element. So we're just testing, so I kind of want to just like test like what if we just loop through all the points, right? So it's going to be the draw points and not the logical points. The issue with this is that we don't actually have oh yeah, I didn't. What am I doing? I'm very funny today. Okay. So we're just gonna loop through inner and outer outlines for the we should actually, before we do this, we need to make a different function. I just realized we need to make a function that updates the draw array for the given indices. So we have this function that does it, but it just appends it to the end. You know, I could probably make this work with taking in a start index. I have an idea here. I feel like we probably can get away with we can probably get away with doing like an int count that we take in, and then this might be like wildly inefficient. I'm thinking like, what if We could technically like generalize this function like this. The problem is that the count actually kind of does nothing, actually, because if we are adding points, then we're going to have to rebuild the entire thing anyway. So I'm thinking we don't do that. I definitely want to use this function because I don't want to have to rewrite all this code for no reason. The way I do it with the text boxes is that I pass a pointer to the counter that needs to get incremented. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like yeah, I think we just do that, even though it's going to be like a pain to refactor that, because actually it's not bad. It's all in one place. It's all right here, actually, isn't it? Yeah, it's just called once. I'm like 99% sure that it's just called here once. It's called for all of them. So we would just have to keep track, like there's like so many ways that we could design this that it's kind of driving me insane. Like I could have a boolean here and say that if and then we could have like an if statement here that says if first of all, if not counter, then return false. But you could also have if wait, never mind. Yeah. Okay, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. There's no point. There's also no point in having this. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna do that. Yeah, it might just be that we have to, because, yeah, I have to see how I do it for text boxes because it's pretty much exactly what I'm doing here. Oh, it's in a different file. Yeah, I do all this current counter nonsense. So it takes in a start and an in pointer for the end. And then we increment the counter based on the start. But how do I... Oh, yeah. So that's what I do. I take in the counter, and then I pass a pointer to the counter. And then that's the value that we change at the end. And so that makes the code reusable, but it is kind of annoying to write. Okay, I'll do that. So we aren't going to use the end until the very end. Yes, and the reason this is a pointer is because it can't be null when we're just updating stuff. So I think all of this actually stays the same, except this. This is always going to be current counter now, because we aren't doing that. Oh, right. That's what was annoying about this, is because this is edge case that we have to account for here, where yes, this pattern is important actually, because we can seg fault if we don't do that. Wait, this doesn't make any sense. No, that only makes sense if I'm adding to the end. Oh, this is only used for resizing. That's right, and then after this I just set it to start anyway. I see what I'm doing. Okay, fine. Oh, but this is so... Oh, this is so annoying for this though, because I have all these different allocation checks at different points that all are important. Are we really writing this that many times? It sounds like really annoying actually. Right, didn't we have to do current counter to make sure? And then you do... Oh, but then you have to have... Oh, that's so painful actually. Okay, well... I don't know. I guess we'll try it. Okay, so now current counter is our new start after this, right? So now we go current, and now we do start equals current counter. Okay, fine, hold on. Let me think through this, because there might be a case here where we're crashing. Let me think. So we set it to current to the counter, to the max counter, and then if we are in a slider, oh god. This is strangely complicated. Our current counter no. Yes. Okay. I figured it out. Okay, so we initialize it to start. And then over here, yes, yes. Yeah, you're. Thank you for reminding me. I've been, believe it or not, I have been using it, trying to use it more. Um, I'm working on some very complicated allocation stuff right now because this is now getting generalized so that I can use this to change any part of the buffer. So we have to check for reallocation like many times and make sure that we're doing this right. I should probably open the pattern over here just so that I can remember what we were doing. Yeah, so it's this pattern that I'm trying to replicate what I did here. Unfortunately, I'm not a Russian, but I do have a Russian last name. Apparently, my grandfather came from Russia. I feel like there's a case in which this fails. No, you need this to always equal the new start. Okay. So now we set. We still have to set. I feel like it's hotter in here than it was out there yesterday. I wonder if, yeah, this does matter. Some info on what you're trying to fix. So I'm not really trying to fix anything. I'm trying to implement something. So basically, this is a function that used to just append onto the end of the draw array a UI element, right? So our UI elements, if I can show off what the pipeline looks like, our UI elements, what am I doing? Our UI elements are passed in, if I can stop making typos, our UI elements are passed in like this, and then we, on UI change, then we rebuild the draw buffer from the beginning. And now I don't want to rebuild the draw buffer from the beginning because I want to animate stuff in place. So when you hover over something, a callback function is going to occur, and then maybe the color modulates, the position modulates, something like that. My keyboard switch, I honestly forgot. I built this keyboard like, I actually have the video on my channel with all the information on it actually, because I made it like years ago. But thank you. I was briefly into keyboards, but I don't see the point in buying a new one right now. So yeah, basically what I'm doing is I'm making this function that just added it onto the end before. Now it can take just whatever point of the array and then always not go out of bounds. That's what we're trying to do. But it's kind of difficult because there's multiple realics, and so I'm just making sure that we're not gonna segfault. So we always want to be incrementing this current counter. How do I save this? Good. This is gonna be. So we're basically doing this all with a variable that might just be a trash variable. Like, basically the point is that we take in a pointer to the end. That's the variable that we're going to change, right? So if we're doing this just regular adding to the draw buffer, now we're basically going to pass in the pointer of whatever we want to change at the end. But for updating, we're just going to set this to null. That's the goal. But patterns like this are kind of hard for me because I often miss something really dumb on the realix, especially when you have a lot of these with different values happening. So this is an else statement, so it either goes into there or goes into here. So therefore we don't have to change anything, we just have to move this over. What's up, Arya? Dude, it's like literally hotter in here than it was outside yesterday. It's pretty strange. I'm trying some new things out, so hopefully it stays not laggy, so I can keep programming at not a really bad pace. Okay. Wait, I'm missing a part of the pattern. I'm missing this part where I check this. Basically, we're saying, like, if we're out of bounds, if we're starting from greater than the current counter, then we have to set it to the start so that we reallocate to the right amount. That's what we're doing. Because we can't reallocate, of course, to a smaller size or else we crash as well, so that's why we have that check there. But the annoying thing here is that start is always going to equal current counter, which I'm not sure if that's correct. Oh, current counter equals start in the beginning. Yes, because we reassign it to the RV counter. It's just a stand-in. Okay, that's fine. Now I'm going to take a page out of my book yesterday and I'm going to try and compile this, but we have to set up a callback function that uses this functionality first. Also, we have to change this in the header file and not forget that either. So this should only be being called once right here in the entire thing. And we are going to pass in, just like we pass in to the text buffer, we are going to pass in its UI buff. So you see what we're doing here. The pattern is that you pass in the start and you pass in the pointer to whatever you want to change at the end. That also reminded me that we don't actually change anything at the end because I forgot that. So good thing I'm talking through what I'm doing, or else I would have missed that. Apparently I call it somewhere else because I'm getting that error. Don't do that. Add hover UI element to draw buffer. we don't even use this anymore, so that's an easy fix for me. Okay, so now I have to remember here that at the end of this, we just literally add if we have an end, then that should be it. That should just be it. Hopefully. Okay, so now I'm going to the top of this file, and I had started this modulate position hover. So, I mean, this is just a testing thing. I just want to see if this is going to work. So basically we're doing CPU modulation that's scriptable for every point of every element. So when we do this, we're going to try and shift over every point. And then this is I mean, why not? Let's just do this and see if it works instead of coding out a whole noise modulation routine and then wasting our time on something that isn't even going to work. Okay, so now we have to add UI element draw buffer, but we are going to use the cache data. What's up, Jonas? Stuck on tactile versus linear switch. I think I got like something that was in the middle on this keyboard. I think it was like more tactile. The thing is, I like tactile, but I don't like clicky sounds. Like really get on my nerves. So I got something that's like kind of in the middle, I think. But yeah, I mean, there's probably a bunch of new keyboards out now that weren't when I was into it. This is going to be draw start. That's what we just implemented. No, we're passing a null for this. Brown switches, yeah. I think mine is like similar to a brown or something. I also have a keyboard with linear switches, but it just really isn't good for typing. Okay. I mean, we can just like try this out and like set a button to it, but I have to make the callback first. Oh, also, I totally forgot about this. We were doing this whole thing and I forgot about it, about what I was in the middle of earlier today, which was, I might just remove this for now. I added a field here that was unhover. So it's the only way to fade stuff out. Yeah, Gateron browns are pretty good. From what I remember, I think like mine are like pink switches or something. They were like pink with yellow on top. Yeah. So we're not going to do that right now because that's going to be actually just like a bunch of typing and boring stuff. So I think I'm not going to do that. What am I calling this? Move over. What did I call this? Modulate position hover. We are binding ourselves. Yes, we are. Okay. So, I mean, I feel like this isn't going to work. It feels almost too easy, like I'm missing something, like I forgot something, but let's see. So this is button 3, which halves the resolution, so this one we're gonna specify as move over. And let's see if it binds. But yeah, to explain what I'm doing here, I have these API calls now that get resolved on mapload for all the UI buttons, and it matches them to callback functions that are scriptable. And this one that we just wrote is a CPU-based kind of modulation for all the points, and then we redraw them every frame. But I feel like I'm missing something. Interesting. Interesting. Everything's a triangle now. Okay. Well, you know, all that logic that I was doing like 10 minutes ago is definitely incorrect. But does it move over though? Okay, no it doesn't. Never mind. Rip. Yeah, I don't really see the point in me making a new keyboard if it's just gonna get replaced. Okay, well now we know that I was missing something. I'm passing in the counter and the pointer to the counter. Okay. So where are we going wrong here? Everything only gets put into this at the end. And we know that for sure. It gets put into this else right here. So it only goes into here. And right before here, start equals current counter. So let's just go through this logically. Current counter equals the max counter. Then if the start, which is actually still the start from the beginning because we just ping pong. Current counter equals start equals current counter. So that is the original start. If it's greater than current counter, then current counter equals start, current counter plus 9. I have a feeling that we are not incrementing something right. If it's exactly a triangle that's... I kind of feel like this is also not necessary, but I feel like that can't be the issue. Hmm. Yeah, I think mine is like a tofu 60 or whatever. It's good, it just doesn't have enough buttons on it. Tricky. What would make us literally only draw one triangle? I'm almost kind of debating, just for testing purposes, just reverting this to all of this logic. We just revert it to everything goes back to RV counter in here, and then let's just give it a compile and see, because then we'll know if it's somewhere else in the pipeline. I'm just going to type it out. Okay. Now we can't do the question is, was it, actually that's a good question, was it, wait a second. I think I understand. Okay, hold on. I just had a realization, even if it's not the bug, there is a bug in my logic here. Because we're setting it to RV counter every single time, thinking that RV counter hasn't been changed yet, because it might be the end pointer, and we're only changing it at the end. So actually what we have to do is we have to change it every single breakpoint that could change the big counter. Hold on. This actually in here. Wait, this is a loop. Wait, what? Is it a loop? No, it isn't a loop. Okay, yeah. I was right about that. So it's gonna be in. No, because this is an if else. The annoying thing is that I know I have no sliders, so I know that can't even be the bug. So honestly, it's just, we should just actually just believe it or not, this was working fine before I hit stream, but yeah, we're running a lot faster today. Like, that's my usual compile time right there. It's like 5 seconds. Okay, now we're getting nothing. What did I do? What are you talking about? What you talking about? Oh. That's probably what it is. Font? It's the... I can give you a link to it. Because I think it's a great font. You can get it from this... Oh, I can't type in my own chat because I'm using the OBS thing. But yeah, so you can get it at... Let me open up my own stream so that I can give it to you. But yeah, it's the Trident MX437 font. There you go. Okay, so this worked. So it is a problem with our logic then. So you can get it from there. It's Trident MX437. It's the 9x16 font. Okay, so it is this. It is 100% this. That's our problem. At least we isolated it. Hmm. Oh, I know what it is. Okay. Well, this is why it's really a confusing pattern, is because you go current counter equals start after. That's why I was trying to focus there. I knew I was going to mess up copying that pattern. Yeah. Because you basically you change it to the top end just to make sure for the realic, and then you size it back down. Just to make sure that you're realicing to a bigger size than the buffer. Oh, that wasn't the bug? What are you talking about? No way. I thought that I had it. What? What are you talking about? Oh, I know what it is. I know what it is. Okay. Well, that's actually, I don't even know how to fix that actually. So what's happening is that it's calling this reallocation thing in a loop, which I didn't even like really clock it in my head, you know? But yeah, so this has to go in here. As well as in here. So that reset current counter equals RV counter. I'm sure that there's a better way to write that pattern. Dude, stop, please. Thank you. Oh, it's QW arrow key. Or maybe it does work with HJK and L. I just usually use the arrow key. What are you smoking? Did I change the call to this function? This is not the call to this function. No, I didn't. Hmm. Is it really space W? I always do control W. Oh, it is space W, wow. Hmm. Oh, I know why it's happening. I know why it's happening. I feel like there should be an easier way to do this. There probably is an easier way to do this. Um, Wait, not there, because that isn't a loop. And we already said it after, yeah. Shouldn't current counter equals start be added inside the buffer reallocation instead every time? It should be after the reallocation because you don't know if you're reallocated. It needs to equal start no matter what. But you need to also put start to. You need to basically leapfrog it. You have start has to go to where current counter was because then you go back and now you're checking the end of the buffer again. Okay. There is. There's this kind of like black. Okay, so once again, this hover thing isn't working. So I guess we should look. It's also possible that that's getting casted at 0 because for whatever reason we added 0.1, which let's just add something really drastic to see. There's some lag. Oh, you know what I didn't change here also? We have to do the center by the same amount. I could just honestly be not doing this way, but whatever. I want to test it. Yeah, so that was a complicated way of doing this, but yeah. I'm not sure if this is necessary to do all these checks. You're the only reason that this is so complicated is you should just do this in the beginning. You should just do this once, and then just have a different reallocation happen during the loop. Because you don't need to keep on checking the RV counter. Because the RV counter isn't changing on every iteration of the loop. But I just wanted to collapse it into one thing. But yeah. Okay. Okay, so never mind. I'm not crashing either, which is making me now think that maybe we aren't getting in here, but who knows? Let me check out where we bind. I move over here. the way I'm gonna check this is I'm going to check. We don't really have a good hover actually to check. Am I using Linux? Yeah. I'm on Mint because this stream is running on a very bad laptop. But interesting, I guess. Okay, let's just check, since we are compiling really fast today, let's just check that we get in here. I'm just going to do a print. There's two scenarios here. We are either not doing this right, or we're not getting into here. It should be able to bind itself. Let me check. We're binding here now. I moved the code over here. E hover data equals E if bind self. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm leaning towards it not working in the draw call rather than... Okay, let's see what we got. I've got to get rid of these. Okay. So we're binding. Let's check where I call the, I do the hover functions. Actually, I might just actually not do the, that actually is probably what it is that we have process UI state and we don't actually, okay, yeah, that's what it is. I forgot to just implement something, which is here, the state hover, we just forgot to go in here. So it's basically going to be the same thing, kind of, as here. If pressed, if dragging, right, so we, yeah, I think we're gonna do the exact same thing. So, first of all, if, yeah, so the first check is if we are a slider, we want to interpolate our values differently. We should start a GoFundMe. That's funny, but I hope that the content is good enough that eventually it'll pay for itself. Even though there's this high-pitched, beautiful whine that's zooming over your heads right now. I'm trying to, you know, try to match the pitch. Yeah. It does suck. One day. But yeah, the fan sound is really annoying, but to be honest, I mean, I am running this on... Why? Oh, right. Because I check if it's a slider and then I do the, We just have to change the name of all of these. Let's just take our time with this so that we don't make a really stupid mistake like last time. This is just hover function. It's the Don't we also have the hover function in the beginning? And I forgot that? Yeah. Think so. Wait, why am I doing this? We don't need to do that anymore because we have the boolean now. Yeah, so I should just copy this. Okay, so now we're just changing everything to and then this is just the stuff for the non-sliders. It's pretty much the same exact code, but we just handle it like a tiny bit differently. I don't know why I deselected that, to be honest. I should just do I also want to change the value. Okay. Alright. Hopefully that's all we have to do. I feel like it's not all we have to do, but it's calling the hover function there, so is the fan annoying? Hold on, let me listen to myself. Yeah, man. Okay, we still are not moving over. Strange. First of all, this should be this, but yeah, I should, believe it or not, that just the fan just does not go off when I'm not streaming. But yeah, I was trying to EQ it properly earlier. Um, uh, hmm. Okay, so what I'm seeing is that we have to check this. I mean, there's also a chance that we aren't setting the state, but that code hasn't changed in forever. What is this called? Handle UI events. I feel like we haven't changed this in forever, so... Also, we are changing the state because the color changes. So, I don't know why this isn't state hovered, but yeah. Maybe that's why. I mean, there's no way, right? There's no way that it isn't because of that. That would be really dumb. Um, Hold on a second. Right. That's why. Because this is only getting called when we first rebuild the draw right now. So now this has to probably go... I feel like we just move this into here, right? This is a loop. Yeah? Yeah? I think so. That seems correct. If it's not, we're going to find out really quickly because we're just going to crash. We try to EQ this out in real time. I'm saying that it's about like 7K. I think that that's close. It's in between 6 and 7K. Let me bring down the frequency. Oh, it decrements painstakingly slow. We are going to change the slope on this. No, I think it's a bit higher. Now my ears are tripping out. Okay, well, I tried. What was I doing? What is this array empty that's happening here? I have to figure out where that is. It's also tripping me out because now I'm listening to myself. Okay, there we go. So that didn't work. This That didn't work. Wait a second. Hold on. I need to check this again. Because I didn't actually try and click a button, which was incredibly dumb of me. Okay. So the UI is getting processed. Okay. Fascinating. Fascinating. But we aren't printing out hovered. Definitely not. Definitely not. Definitely not. Definitely not. Definitely not. Okay. Well, in that case, we either are not getting the hover function bound properly, or we are not getting set to hovered. Like, what? I should have put it out there in the beginning, but yeah. Let me make sure that we're finding this correctly. Again. I did, like, write the same thing here. Modulate position hover. True. Yeah, I mean, yes, it's right here. I mean, we gotta figure out what this is printing from there, so good. I'm just going to compile and check that out, but yeah, I mean, I'm kind of honestly very confused because how are we able to click and not hover? That's bizarre. I always like lose this specific function. I was gonna blame it on the draw ranges not getting set properly, but I feel like I don't know. Okay. Are we hovering? Yes, we are hovering. It's just saying that it doesn't have a hover function, which is just so much. It's just lying to me because you do have a hover function. We could honestly try like any other function just to see if it's the function, like what? Let's try uh I don't know, just to see. I mean, it technically could be uh that's the only one, so I could print out the ID of this. Bizarre. Okay. I'm gonna like tilt off of the planet. What? We're binding the right function. We are hovered, and it's just telling me that we don't have a function. What are you talking about? Wait, what are you talking about? Wait. Oh. This should be technically in here, but that shouldn't matter. I'm gonna be so mad if there's just a typo that I'm missing. Hmm. Okay, I'm down to do the other thing here, which is not do that, but yeah. This is driving me crazy. This is driving me nuts. Okay. Like, I mean, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? At this point, I'm thinking, did I? I'm just making sure that this is all correct, which it looks all absolutely correct to me. What information am I missing here? I mean, I'm honestly, I am going to write a print statement uh, at when we bind. I mean, like, there is a hover function. Like, what? What are you kidding me? Unless I, like, copy and paste something wrong and then I overwrite it somewhere. It's binding the right data. It's just not it's just saying that there is no hover function. Though there is. Uh, I don't know. I feel like this one is pretty bizarre. I mean, that's the error right there. I mean, it's just not binding. But wait, what? Dude, there's actually no way. I was looking at this code so many times. Dude, that's actually so annoying. I feel like that's something that I would have noticed immediately if I wasn't streaming, to be honest. Oh well, I mean, what can you do? I feel like I just am blind when I'm streaming. I can't believe that this worked the whole time, and it's just once again another typo. That's a bummer, man. Yeah, I was so confused because there's no way for it to get bound and not have the function. Okay. Excellent. Okay. I mean, I put a dot there by accident. Sorry. There is a Hoy function? There is? Okay. Okay, so it's in the draw buffer. Free UI buffer. Wait, what? Free? Why are we calling free? Why are we calling free? Okay, that's why we're calling free. To be honest, I mean, why are we double freeing though? Even with that. I feel like I feel like wait, actually I have to think about this. We do set this to null. I always lose this function. Because it's not in here, it's in here. No, it's in here. I definitely set the counter to 0. I don't even know why I'm checking that. I mean, this function just disappeared. Yeah, that doesn't really tell me anything. I mean, it's on the free. There's a double free, but like, how is there a double free happening? I could. No, I think that that I'm getting corrupted. Yeah, this is a 3D game engine. It's like PS1 kind of style. I think that that we're heap corrupting now. Probably because of the function itself. Also, let's make 100% sure that this is definitely move over and not quit. Okay, so this is the correct function. Okay. Then it probably has to do with this. I kind of want to check what the draw start is. Thanks, I appreciate that. Yeah, I should probably just check the draw start. Because I didn't really check if this function actually works or not. We know that it works when it's going in sequence, but when we start from an arbitrary place, now it's not working. But yeah, I should probably check what the, because it's assigned here. Actually, that's why. I forgot to hook that up. I was so busy doing the figuring out all the bugs leading up to this that I forgot to add into this. I'm surprised we haven't crashed yet, actually. But yeah, this is supposed to be element UID. This is what allows us to reverse search after the queue sort, so that we can figure out where the draw indices are after the queue sort, because otherwise we'd just be kind of shooting in the dark with trying to update the real locations of things without having to rebuild the entire draw array again. So that's why this exists. I'm actually really surprised that we didn't crash in the beginning, because this kind of controls the... This is a part of the entire buffer layout, which, I mean, the fact that we didn't crash is probably a bad sign. It probably means that I forgot to set this up somewhere. But I changed the VAO layout earlier, so I'm assuming that we're still up and running. I don't know. Okay. So that's done now. Yeah, so I should actually probably add a failsafe to that function that if it doesn't find a match on the UID, then it doesn't go out of bounds. But I don't think I did that. Excellent. That's what we wanted to see. See, I know what I'm doing, unless I'm making typos that make me go down a rabbit hole for like 30 minutes. Okay. In that case, I don't know, let's just set this to a rand between 0 and 5. I think that would be kind of cool, just to, you know, it's not going to be truly random because it is this. I kind of forget how to do this. Isn't it like this, right? I think so. Maybe something less than 5, to be honest. Alright, that's cool. Thank you, I appreciate that. Have a good day, and good luck on your own project. Okay, so that should do that. I think that we're ready to do this scroll container thing, which we set up yesterday. Wait, no, not that. I meant the the fade scroll bar that we did at the beginning of yesterday, and we are not going to UI change now. We are going to do what we just set up, which is the it's inside of here, right? Yeah. So it's going to be this piece of code. Right. Maybe we only want to do it if we get all the way in, to be honest. Right, because we're retrieving the scroll bar and then changing the scroll bar alpha. The issue that I realized with this is that we needed a fade out, and so I was like, okay, let's make a fade out thing on the struct. And that's what I commented out at the beginning of the stream, because I was like, okay, maybe that's a bit ambitious for right now. The thing is, once I enable this, I have to not only have to refactor some code, but I also have to make it so that, I don't know, you could also have unhover data and an unhover free and an unhover value, and then it just becomes like an entirely different thing. But yeah, so the idea is that when you hover over something, something happens, and when you stop hovering over it, something else maybe happens. I don't know. But yeah, I kind of wanted the scroll bar to fade out when you stop hovering over it. The cool thing that we can do with this now, actually, that I think is like really funny, is that you can change the color. So this is something that I don't think most UI libraries would have. Is like, you're just like add. This is going to be. Isn't this How do you do this again? Isn't it right? Or am I tripping here? I don't really remember how to do this, to be honest. Hold on. Isn't this 0 to 2, and then -1 is then -1 to 1? I think so. Right? Right? What I would usually do here is that I would you cast this to a float, I'm pretty sure, and then you divide this by 200. What am I doing? I think that this is how you do it, if I'm remembering correctly. So if we want to just check out what this is going to do, we can make a scroll or fade scroll bar out, just to see. And this is just actually, good point. We don't even have that as fields yet. This is also gonna return a boolean for us to stop calling the function. But I don't really know how to implement that yet. This music is just making me super anxious today. What's the album he has? It's called Pianism. Yes, here it is. It's got this track called The Prayer on it, which I really like. Okay, we shouldn't really need to be in GDB to be honest, but see? Isn't this kind of cool? The reason why it's flickering like that is because I wonder why it's only going in a positive direction. Yeah, the reason it's flickering like that is because we are constantly unhovering it. I think. Oh, it's only going in a positive direction because we wait, this is, hold on. This should be like 150, right? -1 because yeah. Should be 150 -1. Because yeah, so that's -0.5 to 0.5. Yeah, so this is -1, I think, right? This is also -1. Okay, hopefully that stays in one place now. This is going to return yeah. I have to figure out this though. I think the first step to doing this is going to be to obviously add I think for now we're just going to be lazy and say that the unhover function is just going to take in the exact same data as the hover function. Just at least for now, because otherwise it's going to be super annoying. And a lot of code I have to change for that to work. But I can just I'm fine with just doing this. unhover. Okay, so now the next step to this is that I have to add in the editor facing stuff, give me a slider that I can change the cooldown for this with, and that is going to be down here. Yeah, we just need one property for it, and it's going to be the container it's cooldown, right? That gets subtracted, right? Yes. No, it's delay. I was getting mixed up. Okay. We don't really want... Oh, actually, you know, maybe we can have negative delay, and that's kind of cool. I don't know. Let's just do 5 to 5. Excellent. Okay, now I'm going to assign that to 1. So that's going to be under fade scroll bar. I have to make fade scroll bar out. Oh. Right, we're not making a separate one. We're actually putting it in the same one. Right. Let me remember which that is. That is right after this. Okay. That looks kind of neat. What are you talking about? Oh, I forgot to put this as a boolean. Okay. Okay. Now I have to go to the logic for this and change this. Right, so actually this for the first time is not going to get called here. This actually is going to get called in the I'm calling it a mother function in my head, so that's what I'm going to call it, the mother function. It has to be called the mother function. When we change our state from I think we just have to literally make a field that says well, first of all, here dot unhover function equals null, but second of all, I need a how are you oh, that's why. I think we need a boolean this seems like a stupid thing, but it's actually a smart thing, I promise. So if we were hovered, first of all, we don't really want to be calling UI change, but let's just ignore that for now. Okay. Now, if our state is none, if, what did I just do? If unhovered, if we are unhovered, then I'm going to call the unhovered function. And I don't think that this has to be any more complicated than this right now. Believe it or not, I think I actually made this correct. It seems like I just coded a bunch of nonsense right there, but basically what this is doing, at least in my mind, is that it checks if we just unhovered the element, and if we find an unhovered function, then we just keep on passing this boolean that we get back from this function to see if we need to keep calling the function. Wait, let me make sure that we are. I don't actually think that I set this up, did I? For the action ID, hover ID for this. I think that this is the big one. Yes, this is the big one. So let me just put in. What was the name of that? Fade scroll bar? Okay. I don't really know if this is going to work because the code is kind of complicated. Also didn't really touch the fade out code, but I guess we'll see. I also, oh yeah, I did add checking there if it is a container or not. Okay. So that's kind of funny. I don't really know why it's choosing to be blue rather than anything else, but to be honest, I did just kind of like do it on the fly. Okay, so let me check now. We make this a container. Scroll fade delay, let's put it at this. Now I have to make a scroll bar. So that's gonna be fun. How do I make a scroll bar again? Right, I have to change this. I keep on forgetting that. Let's just make it this. Scroll scale. I forgot what this did. This has been a very long time that I've scroll scale. I don't really know what this, how much that has to be, but alright, you know what I should do before I do this? I should also add these to the container. Okay, that's good. So now let's select this, draw extent, and let's change the color. Okay. Now let's check if this works. Okay. This doesn't work. What? To be fair, I didn't change min and max values, but also the sliders did work before and now they don't work, so I assume that I'm doing something wrong here. I also didn't add it to this, so let's go test, change ID, and then go here, test. Yeah, exiting this menu is kind of jank now. Okay, definitely isn't working. Interesting. Somehow I broke sliders in all of this. The whole extent thing is also kind of weird, but whatever. Oh, I didn't actually change the ID, that's why it's not working. Oh wait, no. It should still be a slider, though. Yeah, it should still be a slider. Okay, so the value did change actually, but the slider doesn't actually move, which is interesting. We could check out new pause, but nothing changed within that code, so actually, yeah, let's check that really quick. I want to check if specifically if we can move. Yeah, we can move. Okay. Just with base settings does it slide? Oh, well, I didn't even do the direction there, but and the length too, obviously. Okay, that's annoying. I'm checking my phone here. That's strange. I might actually have to do something with the hover stuff that we just did. That makes sense because it's just what we just did. I could try disable the hover stuff and then see if we work. Just to try and figure out the issue. Oh yeah, of course. It's because of this one line here. Okay, well, I'm glad that I saw that and then I recognized that immediately. Okay. Let's try that again. Just to see if we fix that. This has to be... With this UI stuff, let me tell you, it's like, it's a constant, like, I think I fixed the issue, and then it's not actually me fixing the issue. Again and again. It's like the constant, like, oh, dude, I figured it out. Okay. Strange. Not gonna lie, strange. Hold on, I may have messed up that, whatchamacallit? That thing in, handle UI events. I may have messed this up. Why is this here? Element interactable equals interact slider. And the type. Unsure. I did change something here though, so this maybe has something to do with it. I wish that I just hard-coded a slider instead of having to fix this again and again, or, you know, remake it again and again. Yeah, this is weird. I should have printed something out there. I don't know what this counter is. I have an idea here. We could just not do this. Will we do that in process UI state? Yeah. Yeah, I should just move all of that into... That's actually kind of annoying. Yeah. Bummer. Oh, that's such a bummer, actually. A lazier person would just literally do the change here, and then you're just a frame late on your editor update. I can just take the element here before we process the state and then translate it, you know, the slider. I can just like literally go in here and then just change the draw index. The problem with that is that it's inefficient. First of all, this is wrong. It's like one of the greatest drum solos of all time. Yeah, so in this case we need to update the thing. So I'm just going to go add UI element to draw buffer. I pressed GL and it put me to the middle of the line because of indenting. That's annoying. Do I have... Yeah. It's also that. We need the start, which is yeah, so that pretty much. Pretty much. Yeah, I don't know why this indenting got so messed up. I pressed U, dude. When you fat finger U, it's really like the biggest bummer of all time. That was annoying. It's the same exact code down here. I also put a stray I in here. Oh, and now I deleted the I, so I copied the I. Okay. Fantastic. Alright, I think I'm going to do one compile here and then call it because I'm getting tired. Let me see if that changed anything. Oh, I forgot to do this. What? Okay. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, what? Okay. Okay. Interesting. there's a chance that we just, yeah, that's probably what it is. This might also be a brand new UI element that just hasn't gotten a draw index yet, so that's a bummer. Yeah, I don't know then. I don't know then. Hmm. Yeah, this might have to be something that I think through later. Yeah. What I think is happening is that the sliders are now, because of our new, more efficient way of dealing with it, they're just getting pressed down and then not pressed down in the either in the same frame or just back and forth between frames. Which isn't great. It's not great. It's not great at all. So, probably going to have to do some logging to figure that out because I don't really know why that's happening. But we did some cool stuff. For example, this thing was pretty cool. Now, on hover, we can animate things, which, I mean, that may sound not that impressive, but the fact that we have access to all vertices and we're not just doing it in the shader and just I don't know. That's pretty fun, but don't know when I'm gonna be live next, but this was cool. Half of the stream was me trying to chase down this one bug though, so but I mean we did find it eventually. Yeah. So next time is going to be, I don't know. The scope keeps on getting bigger and bigger, but yeah, I definitely want to fix this bug and do this fade scroll bar stuff and figure that out. How I managed to work on UI for so long, I don't know. It does kind of drive me crazy. Today I've just been I think you can tell, I'm just in a kind of a crazy mood. I kind of want to be over with this stuff, to be honest. But I know that if I don't do it now, then it's just going to be more painful to do it later. So I'm I might as well do it now. But I mean, this stuff is actually pretty fun. I don't think, I can't think of any other UI library where you can animate every single point on a shape on action. I think that's pretty cool. And I guess the reason I'm doing that is I don't know, if you want to make a 2D game, I guess you can now move everything based on whatever function gets called. But it's also fairly efficient because it goes straight to the position in the draw buffer, but there are just bugs with it, obviously. We just had that crash. So yeah, I'm gonna have to figure that out later, but it's like probably 100 degrees in here, so I have to turn off the AC every time I stream because it's too loud. So I am going to turn on the AC and take a nap. So 2 days. 2 days. I'll see you guys in 2 days. Hopefully, I don't have like a crazy bug next time I stream that is just a typo. I need to play a game of Flappy Bird to determine which are gonna change, which game option. That's pretty funny. That would be pretty funny. There is this game called Nightmare Reaper. It's this FPS game that came out a few years ago, and the menu is all like mini games. Actually, like all of like the every time you like get a level up, you basically have to play like a Mario mini game. I don't know. I like the idea of like being able to animate buttons just like based on events. Like let's say, I don't know, your character is like going through some psychological shit, and like now the buttons are just moving away from you or something like that, or just like they just start like wobbling or start modulating really weirdly or whatever, or like, you know, maybe you're like in the middle of this crazy kill combo and then your UI starts like going crazy or whatever. You know, you can definitely fake that in the shader, but I think it's kind of cool that you're able to do it per point, you know? Yeah, I mean, I love Nightmare Reaper. I think it's a super underrated great game. Yeah, I wish he made more games. But yeah, that's kind of the reason I'm going in deep with this UI stuff, is because that's like kind of my idea for the game, is to be like super psychological or whatever and wonky. Yeah, exactly. Like I want the UI to be, I don't know, like indicative of your kind of mental state, like kind of the way like Amnesia has it with the sanity type of stuff. I think that was kind of like a concept that was really cool that never got, because of hardware, it just never got taken to the extent that it could have went to, I think. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me, because I'm crazed today. I'm going crazy. All right, guys. Peace out. Thanks for watching, as per usual. Is Godot a good motor? I was about to click the end stream button, but you're asking me a question, so I'm gonna answer it. Cheating because it's easy. It's up to what you enjoy. You know, I really didn't like Unity because I kind of felt like I was just like copying other people's work and like buying texture packs and like buying, you know, whatever, and just putting it in my game. Like making your own engine, you just are forced to do everything yourself, you know. So it makes it definitely your own, but if you feel that way, then you might just be somebody that, you know, might enjoy making your own engine. But yeah, that's what these thousands of lines are. It's a 3D game engine made in the style of like Quake, but on modern kind of GPUs. It looks like 3, 2, this. How many years of experience making game engines? 0, but coding like 8 or 9. Anyway, you can see the videos on my channel about it, and you know, if you do get into game dev, whatever, you know, join our Discord. We're all kind of game devs in there. I appreciate the amazement though. To be honest, it's not that complicated. You can learn everything you need to build this online. Yep, I agree. I think that we're all too caught up in making something look realistic instead of looking cool. I never thought that realistic looks cool. You know, I spend my entire life in the real world. Why would I want my game to look like it? Well, anyway, I will. I'm suffering from heat stroke in this room, so I gotta get out. But I'll talk to you later. Thanks for stopping by. Alright, peace out. Take care.